Hey guys. Oh, hey, look, that's my mom's computer. Sponsor. Not totally kidding. Like I don't even know these guys. I just think they're really funny. Anyway, um, okay, so I'm back, and quit getting caught on stuff. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is what happened. Is it what happened? Yeah, it was what happened today, which was so I got into my school's play, which is sorry, cold. Um, which is you're a good man, Charlie Brown. So it's a musical, and we practice pretty much every day after school from 3 o'clock to 4:30, and so I had practice, and my mom and her boyfriend had to go into work early tonight because my mom has work or job evaluation or had a job evaluation. So they couldn't give me a ride home, which was totally chill. I was supposed to go hang out with Kix and we were going to watch the first Silent Hill movie because I've never seen it, and she and her boyfriend are going to go see the second one on the night it comes out, which I might be able to do with them. I really hope I'm going to be able to, but probably not. Um, so I was supposed to go home with her, but she had a family issue come up, and so we couldn't hang out. And consequently, she had to leave before my drama practice was over, so I couldn't get a ride home from her. So, mom and her boyfriend are out. Our Kix is out. My brother, I couldn't get in contact with him probably because he was already at work. So, my brother's out. My dad lives like a 20-minute ride from his house to my school. I don't, excuse me. I'm not going to make him do that. So, my dad is out. And my friend who I called, who's usually in the area this time of week, who I was going to call and ask if I could bum a ride from, he he was in the town where he lives, which is like an hour away at least. So he was out. So I had no ride. So I had to walk, which is totally chill. Whatever. I like walking. Exercise is good. But 5 miles, mostly uphill on gravel, is testing my physical ability enough because I'm really off balance and all the time, and I have vertigo. So it's really easy for me to trip because I'm really dizzy all the time. Um, so it's really easy for me to trip and all that. Um, so I rolled my ankle like 5 times. And on top of that, I have my school stuff with me, which consisted of my messenger bag, which had a bunch of school stuff in it, which weighs like 15 or 20 pounds, and my binder that has all my paperwork, and my history book. So that was another like 7 to 10 pounds. Um, I had to carry all that with me for 5 miles, which sucked. So I'm really sore. Um, because of that, on top of Haunted Fairgrounds, which still hasn't completely healed. On top of the next story, which I'm going to tell you, I'm just I feel like crap. Um, so that's another reason I'm not doing Let's Play video games today, is just because I don't really feel up to it. But yeah, no, my muscles are like totally screaming at me right now. Um, and so I walked those 5 miles. Mind you, I am slightly out of shape. I have knee issues, which is why I'm slightly out of shape. That's why I stopped playing soccer and swimming and tennis, because I have knee issues. Um, and with yawn face, jeez, I'm sorry, I'm really tired. Um, so with all of that, and I'm really lazy. So you would think that I would probably take like 2.5 hours. I thought I would take like 2.5 hours to get home, or to mom's house. I took an hour and 50 minutes. So I was walking just over 2.5 miles an hour, which is really, really good for me with all the stuff that was happening and the fact that I was in pain. Um, so yeah, which was really crazy. Um, so I had like no ride home from school, and I had to walk the 5 miles to my mom's house. And I know I sound like like the stereotypical, well, when I was a kid, I had to walk like 5 miles to school and home, uphill, both ways, in the snow, with no, I mean, I know I sound like stereotypical, but, no, it was just, it really happened. Like, I walked from my school to my house, which is 5 miles, mostly uphill, mostly gravel path, with like at least 30 pounds of weight with me. Or sorry, at least 25 pounds of weight with me, or of extra weight, which took me almost 2 hours because I'm in a lot of pain and I'm sick. Not only I cover my cough, but there's no one else here. Whatever. Um, and I'll let my dog in a second. I'm not a horrible person most of the time. So, yeah, I haven't really felt up to making my Let's Play videos. And, yeah, it's really crap. It's crappy. I'm so tired. Like, I don't even want to make this next video, but I gotta do it and I gotta upload them. Because I'm gonna feel bad if I don't. So, yeah, I'm really worried about Kix, though, because I don't know what happened. It was just some family thing that happened, and she sounded really, really upset. And she just apologized for not being able to, hang out, said she couldn't talk, and I haven't heard from her since. So I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. Because I don't know what's going on. Yeah. And just saying, if you meet someone who's deaf, don't do the whole, I'm gonna talk so much louder because maybe they'll. No, they're not gonna be able to hear you. It's easier if you just speak normally if you are talking because they're lip readers. Because if you go really loud like this, it makes your lips look weird. So you're not speaking normally and they're not going to be able to pick up the words. Also, speaking slower doesn't always help because that also makes your lips look weird. And try to be respectful to them because they are human beings and they have their own personalities. And I'm saying this because the people in my ASL class really piss me off. But no, they have their own personalities, and like my ASL teacher is, if you show her respect, she's one of the most respectful, nicest people that you will ever meet. But the only thing is she's deaf, which makes sense, ASL gonna freaking have a deaf teacher. It makes sense. But it's just ridiculous because there are these people in my class who are totally disrespectful to her. And it's just ridiculous. And she always tells us, you need to not talk because this is an ASL class, so you should sign because that way you're fully immersed in the language and you can learn it faster. Right. Well, the whole not talking never happens. Even I talk. I sign while I talk, but I talk. And finally she got sick of it because this one student always like yells at everyone to shut up and then turns around and talks to someone else. So she finally got sick of it and like didn't yell obviously because she was signing, but you could tell that she was mad. It was pretty much the equivalent of her yelling, and yelled at him in front of the class. Usually she'll pull someone back behind, like into the back room if she wants to just like scold them. But no, she did it in front of the whole class. And after that, no one talked. That was what it took. It took her yelling at someone in front of the class to show that she meant business and for no one to talk. It was crazy. it was like, wow. She's a really awesome person, and I really hate how every time someone gets or not every time, but pretty much every time someone gets in trouble, um, and she pulls them into the back room, and they come back, and everyone's like, "What happened? What happened?" She always gets made out to be the bad guy because she's really not. She's trying to make this the best class possible to teach us the language the best because we're really behind. Because the last teacher, I love her to death, but she did not teach that well. Um, so yeah, it's ridiculous. Um, but yeah, that was my random rant. So one more video, and then I'm done.